Now on Good Morning Northwest, we got breaking news out of Western Washington where a campus protest turns into mass arrests at UW. What these protesters are demanding and why similar scenes are playing out across the country.
And highs in the 70s, they're back today, but for how long? When you should plan for a cool down in my first alert forecast.
And are you ready for wildfire season? After a dry April, fire officials warn this year could be especially dangerous. Coming up, the simple steps you can take now to protect your home and family. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. So glad you're with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. Today is Tuesday, May 6th. Welcome to it. We got meteorologist Matt Gray here with your first alert forecast. A much warmer day than when we started off yesterday.
Yeah, definitely. It was pretty chilly out there yesterday. We were down towards freezing in many areas, but instead, places that were quite chilly yesterday, like Coeur d'Alene or Pullman, instead, we were in the middle and upper 30s. Really, one of the only places that has been consistently cool. Surprise, surprise. It's Colville, down to the 20s this morning. 39 in Bonners Ferry, even Winthrop's warmer this morning. 39 in Ritzville to start our day. St. Mary's at 36. For our highs today, for the first time in a few days, we will be back up into the 70s. And so I expect low 70s, right around 72 for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Upper 60s to about 70 degrees around the Palouse, St. Mary's into the Kellogg area. And we'll see some upper 70s as you work your way down the interstate towards Moses Lake and in the LC Valley as well. 4 things to know about your weather. We will be getting even warmer on Wednesday. Expect a lot more mid and upper 70s on the board. Then Wednesday night, a cold front moving through. It'll bring us a chance for some showers, but we're going to be warming right back up before a more substantial cool down. We'll show you that in your extended forecast coming up.
We are following breaking news out of Seattle. Police arrested more than 24 people during a protest at the University of Washington. This all started last night when members of a student group called Super UW, that Students United for Palestinian Equality and Return, entered the university's engineering building just before closing time. Once inside, they stacked furniture near entrances, covered their faces, and refused to leave. They say the action was a protest against the university's ties to Boeing. The group also claims Boeing is linked to the war in Gaza and shouldn't be involved on campus. The protesters went so far as renaming the building Shaban al-Dalou in honor of a 16-year-old Palestinian engineering student who was killed in Gaza. Super UW says their demands are clear. They want the university to remove Boeing from the building completely, cut all financial and academic ties to the company, return any donations, and ban the company from teaching and influencing any classes. When the protests happened, police responded quickly and arrested everyone inside the building. The university says it supports peaceful protests, but taking over a building crosses a line. We're seeing this happen nationwide. Students across the country want their universities to cut ties with companies linked to the war. We'll keep watching the situation and bring you updates as they come in. Reporting in studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. A motorcyclist died in Blanchard, Idaho, when he crashed into a van driven by a 100-year-old woman. It happened in the early afternoon yesterday on State Highway 41 near Clagstone Road. Idaho State Police say the woman driving the minivan was turning left onto Clagstone when the 59-year-old motorcyclist crashed into its passenger side at a high speed. He was not wearing a helmet and died at the scene. That crash blocked traffic for 3 hours. The woman was hospitalized, and we don't know her condition this morning. And we got a heads up for drivers here in Spokane. Maple Street Bridge will have lane restrictions today for bridge work. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. today, crews will clean the bridge joints, so be ready for a slowdown if that's part of your drive today.
And due to staffing cuts, some of the most popular national parks in our state could feel the effects. The Olympic National Park in the Olympic Peninsula, it's estimated 3.7 million people visit each year, mostly during the peak times between June and August. But the National Parks Conservation Association is questioning whether the park will be ready to handle that many people this summer.
Everyone needs to know what to expect, and no one knows anything right now. We may not see the impacts until gates are closed or campgrounds are closed, or maybe toilet paper runs out sometime. And the parks already start from an understaffed position.
Regardless of how things shake out with, staffing levels in our public lands, it's really kind of on us as communities to be stewards of our backyard.
Another concern Olympic is facing is the decline in visitors from Canada.
Many of the businesses have told me that their phones have stopped ringing and the reservations have stopped coming in from folks in Canada. So we're already seeing the impact of the pullback on travel.
Now, this issue isn't just affecting affecting national parks in our state. Just last week, Visit Spokane told us Canadian tourism is down here and that some Canadians say they may wait 4 more years before returning. For more on how the tourism affects our state, you can watch our report on KXLY.com. Now is the time to prep for wildfire season.
Following an especially dry April, fire officials are predicting a harsh wildfire season. While this may seem frightening, there are vital steps you can take now as a homeowner to prevent your home from going up in flames, starting with taking care of the space around it.
That first 200 feet around a home is critical during a wildfire as far as how it will impact the survivability of that home.
In addition to clearing dry vegetation from your property, Spokane County fire officials also recommend having an evacuation plan and making sure you're set up on the county's emergency notification system, Alert Spokane.
Another thing experts recommend you have ready is an emergency go bag. Experts say it should have 3 gallons of water and a 3-day supply of non-perishable food. Should also have a first aid kit, a change of clothes, and copies of important documents like birth certificates and passports. For more tips to make sure you and your family are prepared for fire season, just check out KXLY.com/firewatch. Your time is now 6 minutes after 6.
Checking back in with meteorologist Matt Gray as we kick off our morning.
Yeah, beautiful start. You know, it was pretty chilly in Hayden yesterday. It was close to freezing. Well, it's a lot nicer this morning. The sun is up. We're in the upper 30s and things are looking beautiful. To start our day in North Idaho and across eastern Washington. My forecast coming up shortly for the rest of the week.
If you're traveling anytime soon, you'll definitely want to make sure you have your real ID. I'll tell you what your airport experience will look like if you don't, coming up.
And the White House takes aim at one of America's most prestigious universities. How Harvard could lose millions in federal research funding. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Call Russell and Hill.
Gold Seal Plumbing is the only local company to offer the Light Ray pipelining system, which allows us to repair your pipes without digging any holes and can be done in less than a day. Our factory certified technicians use a high-speed chain cleaner that grinds away obstruction. Then our no-dig system pushes the liner down the pipe, and within minutes, the liner is hardened, making a seamless and durable pipe that will last decades. To see the full video, go to goldsealplumbing.com/trenchless and call Gold Seal Plumbing today. We're on our way.
I was 34, I was a business owner. I was a single mom with a 4-year-old, and I felt a lump in the shower. I have cancer. It doesn't have me. I'm gonna get rid of it, you know, and then I'm gonna go on with my life. I was gonna do anything that it took. I did, and here I am, almost 10 years later. I had a little boy. He needs his mom.
When you get to a point in your life's journey where you are trading one front door for another, sometimes it can be overwhelming. At Orchard Crest, you'll discover a community that embraces you like family. From engaging activities to wellness programs, every aspect of vibrant living is carefully curated for you. Our dedicated staff is here to ensure your comfort, safety, and well-being. Orchard Crest Retirement Community is a world of endless possibilities. To make an appointment for a tour, please call 509-928-2222.
Here at Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're more than just a car dealership. We're family. For the past 53 years, we've been proudly serving our community.
We offer the best vehicles with a nationwide lifetime warranty.
From coast to coast, we've got you covered.
Whether you're looking for an affordable used car, we're looking to upgrade to a new Honda. We're here to make the process simple and stress-free.
It's not just about selling cars.
We give back to local charities and support our community.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
When it comes to getting what's fair for your auto accident, the scales of justice can be a bit unbalanced.
So how do you get what's fair?
Call Russell and Hill.
We've handled thousands of injury cases and have the resources to make the insurance company pay up.
Call Russell and Hill.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
It is now 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The White House has announced new steps to target federal funding at Harvard University.
The Trump administration says it's cutting off all new federal research grants. The Education Secretary is expected to send a letter to Harvard's president. It will likely outline what the administration claims is the university's failures on anti-Semitism and its ongoing discrimination. The decision will not impact federal Pell Grants or student loan funding right now. President Trump is also promising to revoke the university's tax-exempt status.
President Trump says he wants pharmaceutical companies to make more of their drugs in the United States. He signed an executive order yesterday that would make it easier for the companies to build new plants in the U.S. The president said he plans to address the high costs of medicine in the country next week. He has previously threatened to impose tariffs on drugs coming into the country, but industry experts warn such a move could drive up drug prices and increase shortages.
The Federal Trade Commission's new rules on hidden fees take effect next Monday. Live event ticketing and short-term lodging sites must now show the total price up front, including all mandatory fees. Hotels can't hide resort fees, and credit card charges can't be added later unless there's another way to pay. Businesses must clearly explain all fees. No more vague terms like a convenience fee or a service fee. Any required fee must be included in your total price that you see.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House today. Many business owners and investors on both sides of the border hope for a trade deal. U.S. charges 25% tariffs for importing Canadian steel, aluminum, vehicles, and non-exempt auto parts. That's also true for anything non-compliant with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. Trump is threatening tariffs on pharmaceuticals, lumber, and the film industry. In response, Canada now charges retaliatory duties on some U.S. exports. Many economists say tariffs are inflationary.
10-second takeaway for today's forecast. 70s today and tomorrow should be a pleasant couple of days. As we head into Wednesday night, a chance for some much-needed rain. We'll take a closer look after this.
Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:12.
Some breaking sports news this morning from the White House. The president just announced a massive event that's coming to D.C. that could bring more than 1 million visitors. We'll tell you what it is. That's right after this.
And you have plans to travel soon? You will need to have that real ID to get through TSA at the airport starting tomorrow. Allison Martinez is live to explain what you will need if you're not ready.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
No, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Sam.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
BECU would like to celebrate your mom this Mother's Day. Share a picture of your mom and tell us the impact she's made on your life. She'll be entered for a chance to win a $100 gift card courtesy of BECU. Enter at KXLY.com/momsday.
R&R RV has just lowered prices on every pre-owned motorhome, fifth wheel, and travel trailer in stock. We're talking jaw-dropping savings on the region's largest selection of pre-owned RVs. All pre-owned units at R&R RV are clean, certified, and never purchased at auction. Quit dreaming. Just do it. Same-day delivery available on many units. Shop pre-owned units now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake, North Spokane, and Lewiston. Or visit rnrrv.com.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Get ready for the thrill of a lifetime at the Last Stand Rodeo this Memorial Day weekend, May 23rd through the 25th in Coulee City. Presented by Chess Ford and NextEra Energy Resources. Get your tickets online at laststandrodeo.com. Don't miss it.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it. at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
No, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Sam.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
It's now 6:15. New concerns today about safety in the skies amid a shortage of air traffic controllers.
And United Airlines is taking action in response to reports that air traffic controllers at New Jersey's Newark Liberty Airport were left blind by a system outage. ABC's Lionel Moyes explains.
This morning, United Airlines says customers traveling through Newark will now be allowed to reschedule their flights without penalty as the airport enters the 9th day of a crisis blamed on staffing and equipment issues that could have nationwide consequences. Sources now revealing a system outage last week left air traffic controllers without radar and communication for 60 to 90 seconds, leaving them unable to see, hear, or talk to arriving and departing planes.
I just got told that the approach lost all the radar.
The FAA saying we must get the best safety technology in the hands of controllers as soon as possible. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy visited the Regional Air Traffic Control Center last week.
This system is 25, 30 years old. We use floppy disks. We use copper wires.
In the wake of the system outage, many controllers have now taken medical leave, citing stress from a traumatic event. They're entitled to 45 days of leave, adding to staffing woes. That, combined with bad weather and construction, means average delays of 4 hours for arriving flights.
Nobody knows what's next and if my flight's getting delayed more.
And that could lead to a ripple effect across the country with the busy summer travel season ahead.
Newark is incredibly important because flights go out and come in from all over the world, and it has a direct impact on the rest of the nation's flight control situation.
Reagan National Airport outside D.C. is also in the spotlight after this Army helicopter last week deviated from its route, forcing 2 passenger jets to abort landing. Just 3 months earlier, a mid-air collision near Reagan National involving another Army chopper and a passenger plane killed 67 people. Now, the Army is pausing training missions around the airport pending an investigation.
This week, the Transportation Secretary is expected to announce his plan to upgrade the nation's air traffic control system. Congress considering $12 billion in funding, while bonuses are being offered in hopes of recruiting more controllers. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
Well, we are just 1 day away from the Real ID deadline if you're planning on traveling.
Starting tomorrow, you will need a Real ID or Star Card or other acceptable form of identification to fly domestically. Allison Martinez is live at the Spokane International Airport with what you need to know if you don't have one yet. Allison?
Good morning. Now, traveling here at the Spokane International Airport or pretty much anywhere is going to be a lot more difficult if you do not have a Real ID. We've been talking with some passengers this morning, and some people say, oh, I took care of that months, years ago. I've already checked it off my list. And then we spoke to another passenger who said he does not have his Real ID, and that's why he's traveling today instead of tomorrow. But the good news is you may already have a Real ID and just not even know it. If you are in Washington and you have a Washington driver's license or identification card, you can check if it's Real ID compliant by looking for the words enhanced driver license or enhanced identification card across the upper right corner of the card. It will also have a flag icon near your photo. Now in Idaho, a Real ID is called a Star Card. To check if your driver license or identification card is Real ID compliant, you will look for a star in the upper right hand corner. Now if you don't have a Real ID by the deadline, which is tomorrow, if you're planning on boarding a domestic flight, you will need to bring another TSA approved form of identification. This could be a U.S. passport or a passport card, a permanent resident card, or a border crossing card, just to name a few examples. Otherwise, you could face delays, additional screening, and the possibility of not being permitted into the security checkpoint. So definitely just take care of that before you get to the airport. Now, if you need more information, more guidance on how exactly to get that Real ID, we have that all broken down for you on our website at KXLY.com. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
The deadline is here.
Oh,
no more putting it down on the list.
Oh boy, it is now, what is it, 6:19, approaching 6:20, blue skies. I have not turned on my sprinklers yet. I feel like it might be time.
We're getting there a little bit.
Yeah.
I've noticed I've really had to focus on watering the plants and everything else because that top layer of the soil is pretty dry and dusty at this point. Because my dogs are kicking it up. I can tell. I can tell for sure.
Oh,
yeah,
puppies.
big telltale for sure, the pups. So, hey, let's talk about wet weather or the lack thereof, because we were just showed you that story about preparing for wildfire season. And, well, I tell you what, one way to get things started perhaps a tad early is to have dry spring weather. And over the last 30 days, it has not been great. In fact, Spokane only 27% of the average over the past 30 days. And we look at the next 3 months from the U.S. Climate Prediction Center, greater than a 40% chance across the northern Rockies, Idaho, into eastern Washington and eastern Oregon, greater than 40% chance for May, June, July that we will see below average precipitation. It's one of many scenarios, but it is the most likely scenario at this point. Look, when we talk about these kind of things, it's not about being scared, it's about being informed so you understand if things start to get a little bit more active a little bit earlier in the summer months, you know why and you're ready for it. So let's talk about a chance for rain, because we do need that, and we will have an opportunity at a very convenient time this week. Our one chance for some wet weather, and that is going to be as we head into Wednesday night. So you can see here as we head towards 6, 7, 8 o'clock, showers crossing the Cascades. They'll show up by 11 or midnight, maybe in a rumble of thunder or two, but for the most part, just a brief period of wet weather that'll move on fairly quickly. By the time we get up on a Thursday morning, it is out of here. So not a big chance at all for some rain. At least we'll have a chance to add a little maybe at your house to the rain gauge. We'll also see temperatures drop behind this cold front that'll be kind of triggering this weather. So for Thursday, we'll see temperatures on the cooler side. Then we start warming up again, and we warm up to the 80s for Saturday. Nobody's going to be complaining about that for the start of your Mother's Day weekend. We're also looking at a longer-term pattern shift for much of next week. That will begin Sunday night with a chance for a little bit of rain.
Yeah, no complaining. Not at all. Yeah. Thanks, Matt. Good morning, Northwest time right now, 6:22.
The Mariners and Athletics needed more than 9 innings to decide last night's game. Plus, a first ever for the NFL draft. That is all just ahead in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Never a doubt. See our great selection of Tundras with backup assist technology and other advanced features at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
For the 3rd year in a row, Sturm Heating proudly stands as one of the top HVAC companies in the greater Spokane region. Our team of over 80 HVAC experts prioritize your comfort and air quality utilizing today's most advanced systems. With 80 years of experience, we embody strength, technical excellence, and community commitment. Trust us for unparalleled service. Discover more at sturmheating.com. Your comfort, our legacy. Sturm Heating since 1945, and we're just getting started.
Our customers love coming to Car Wash Plaza.
The staff here is so friendly.
It's the best in the Northwest.
It's so well lit, and there's security lights everywhere.
The central dog wash is so convenient, no hassle, keeps the dog clean, and keeps my house clean too.
My car is a big investment for me, and so if I want it done right, I take it to Car Wash Plaza for the touchless wash.
Car Wash Plaza. It's the best in the Northwest.
Find a location near you at carwashplaza.com.
Hi, I'm Phil. I was diagnosed with an asbestos-related disease. When I was struggling so much with getting air, I come to the Card Clinic, and I was able to get diagnosed. Ever since, the Card Clinic has been there for me. I don't know what we'd do without it.
Have you lived, worked, or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Contact us today for a free screening.
Interstate Center for the Arts, July 8th through 13th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
It is 6:25. The Mariners and A's went to extra innings in Sacramento, tied at 6 in the 11th, and the bases loaded. Jacob Wilson base hit to center, scores Tyler Soderstrom for the game winner. The A's walk it off in the series opener by a final count of 7-6. Ben Williamson had 2 hits and 2 RBI for the Mariners, who fall to 20-14 on the season and lose consecutive games for the first time in a month. Bryce Miller lasted only 4 innings, giving up 4 earned runs. The series continues tonight at 7:05 with Emerson Hancock on the mound, hoping for a better outcome tonight.
President Trump has announced Washington, D.C., the home of the Commanders, will host the 2027 NFL Draft. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and other league officials joined the president in the Oval Office for that announcement. The draft will stage on the National Mall, and Goodell expects more than 1 million people to attend that. So watch out for it in 2027. Exciting. Good morning, Northwest time right now is 6:26.
Now, the Super Bowl of fashion didn't disappoint last night. Stars paid tribute to Black fashion history at the Met Gala with suits that dazzled, plus a big pregnancy announcement. A look at all the excitement from last night's Met Gala or Gala or however you say it. That's coming up next.
Well, state law versus presidential order. Central Valley is caught in the middle of a transgender athlete policy debate. The school board just made a decision that could impact students across our region. We have those details straight ahead. And before we go to a break, here's a first look of what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
Hi, I'm Deborah Roberts, and on this morning's GMA First Look, we're giving you a front row seat to what is called the Super Bowl of fashion, the Met Gala. Take a look.
Hi, Rihanna. Tiana, right in front of you. That's it. Labrina, this way.
And tonight, dandyism, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot for me because it represents all of us. It's like the idea of dandyism, I think it's a revolution, especially a black dandy in particular. It's telling the system you're something else.
You know what it really means? It means you see us, and we see you too.
The exhibit is all about resilience. It's about, knowing that the world can be in a difficult place, but you can still show up as your best self and know that nobody can take your beauty and your value away. That we deserve to celebrate Black excellence no matter what's happening in the world.
That's just a peek at the fun fashion we've got in store for you. Coming up on GMA.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living and reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year. For a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris may lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal and other infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal. Complete or update meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before you start. If treatment is urgent and you're not vaccinated, you should receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Don't start if you have a meningococcal infection. Infusion reactions may include back, belly, limb or chest pain, muscle spasms, blood pressure changes, tiredness, shaking chills, bad taste, breathing problems, or face, tongue, or throat swelling. Ultomiris is continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Book your stay and play getaway today at Mistaqua.com.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve, strength to last 12 hours.
Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck?
Get real results.
Get Russell and Hill.
I was hit by an intoxicated driver. I came upon Russell and Hill, and it was really, really great to have an expert working for me. I got more than I was expecting, significantly more than what insurance was originally telling me I would get. I would absolutely recommend Russell and Hill.
Russell and Hill will fight for you. Call 800-LAW-0842.
2. What's great about basketball? Almost everything.
What's not great about basketball? The term three-pointer.
Boring.
Instead, let's just call them triple plays.
Check it out. Hit it, Steve.
Roberts has it, fires. It's a triple play.
It actually works.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including go-karts, mini golf, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Complete coincidence that that's also the name of where we work.
Not engineered by marketing. No way.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back. We are kicking off this half hour with the 4 News Now story tracker, following the stories people are reading about online this morning.
A suspected bear attack could go down as the first of its kind on record in Florida. Authorities were called to a property south of Naples by a man's daughter who said she saw a bear attacking the dog and then found the body of her father, 88-year-old Robert Markle. Last night, wildlife authorities shot and killed 2 bears down the road from Markle's property. One of the bears, massive, taking 10 officers to carry it from the woods. The 2 bears will be tested to confirm if one or both killed the man and the dog.
Known as the Super Bowl of fashion, the Met Gala kicked off last night in the Big Apple with some of the biggest names in showbiz that bought tickets priced at $75,000, all to help the Metropolitan Museum of Arts raise $31 million. It's the most in the 77-year history. Now, perhaps the event's most anticipated arrival was Rihanna, and she didn't come alone, displaying a baby bump for her 3rd pregnancy with her husband A$AP Rocky, who was the co-chair for the evening. So many fun looks.
Wow, yeah, you'll see much more coming up
on GMA. Good morning, Northwest. Thanks for joining us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It's Tuesday, May 6th. Let's check in with meteorologist Matt Gray and our first alert forecast. Another gorgeous day today.
Another gorgeous day. We're a little warmer this morning. 42 right now in Spokane. Sunrise was all the way back at 5:23 here at 6:32 as we're joining you as you get up, get your day started. Here's what we are looking at across the region. Mid-30s in some places. Pullman, St. Mary's. Remember, we were close to freezing yesterday. Colville at 30 degrees. We were in the 20s briefly earlier today. 37 in Bonners Ferry. We're up to 40 now in Ritzville. For many places, especially in North Idaho, this is about 3 to 5 degrees above where we were at this time yesterday. So already that warmth starting to make an impact here as it begins to take over the majority of our upcoming week across the region. And that includes our afternoon temperatures today. Instead of 60s, we'll be in the 70s. The vast majority of us, some exceptions. Parts of the Palouse will only reach the upper 60s, such as around Pullman, Kellogg, and the Silver Valley, upper 60s. We'll see some upper 60s as well on some areas between Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint and some other kind of higher elevation areas in North Idaho. So that is what our day is looking like. And we have more beautiful sunny weather to come with one little blip in the forecast. I'll show you when that is coming up.
Matt, thanks. The Central Valley School Board just held a special meeting to hear public input about transgender athletes in school sports.
The district is the latest to draft a letter of complaint about the state's transgender athlete policy. And yesterday's meeting is the last step before they send that letter to the U.S. Departments of Education and Justice. Community members had 3 minutes to comment with plenty of speakers on both sides of the issue.
The policies and procedures are in place. If they are followed, I believe that it should be allowable for transgender girls to participate in girls' sports.
So I strongly urge the board to send those letters. I'm behind you all the way.
The letter raises concerns about the differences in Washington state law and President Trump's recent executive order banning transgender athletes in school sports. Cynthia McMullen from District 1 argued that sending this letter is a defiance of state law.
In fact, when you call upon a federal agency that has the responsibility for investigating civil rights violations, you are in fact filing a complaint. You are in fact challenging our state.
Ultimately, the letters passed 3-2 with amendments. Once certified, the board will mail the signed letters to the Office of Civil Rights. You can find the amended letters on KXLY.com.
Good morning. News that will impact you from the Breaking Now desk. This morning, we want to let you know about a special event in Spokane. The 37th annual Spokane Memorial Ceremony is happening today. It's set to start at 11:30 this morning, right outside the Public Safety Building in West Central. Here's video of last year's event. This event is a time to pause, reflect, and remember the local officers who've made the ultimate sacrifice while serving our community. This event is also part of National Police Week. So expect to see police officers, families, and community members all come together, not only to honor those we've lost, but to stand with those who still serve every day. It's open to the public, so if you want to show your support, again, that event is at 11:30 this morning. Reporting in the studio, Hannah Joy, 4 News Now.
Hannah, thanks. People gathered in Coeur d'Alene yesterday to commemorate the passing of Sergeant Greg Moore. It's now been 10 years since the father, husband, and dear friend was shot and killed on the job. Sergeant Moore's friends still grieve his loss and carry on his memory.
It's a great reminder, unfortunate reminder, but great reminder to us to live every day to the fullest, because you never know what day is your last day.
Sergeant Moore dedicated 16 years to the force. His killer, Jonathan Renfro, is on death row. The Kalispel tribe is paying tribute to dozens of missing Indigenous women and hopes to raise awareness of the growing issue.
And compared to the rest of the country, Washington has a very high rate of missing Indigenous people. Of the 112 missing Indigenous people in Washington, half of the cases originated in eastern Washington. 56 of those missing are women.
We have great working relationships with all of our local law enforcement agencies and stuff, so when they have someone that needs some help, like a survivor that they found, you know, we'll be there. They can call us at 2 in the morning and we're on scene. We can get them, we can bring them to somewhere safe.
The Kalispel Tribe's Victims Assistance Services Department says it has great relationships, as you heard, with local law enforcement and district attorneys to investigate and prosecute these cases.
Good morning, Northwest time right now is 5:37.
All right, Matt is back, and where are we looking now?
All right, so this is a view over the LC Valley, and tell you what, green hillsides. It is so beautiful this time of the year, especially when you have a beautiful day in the forecast. We certainly got one. We got a few more, too, in your extended outlook, and some pretty warm temperatures, too, coming up.
Still to come here on Good Morning Northwest, Washington's Attorney General is taking on the White House. The new multi-state lawsuit challenges President Trump's freeze on wind energy funding. How this could impact our state's renewable energy goals. It's coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+. You expect more from your morning news. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
The scammer is posing as law enforcement.
Breaking news.
Immediate evacuation order.
A forecast that helps you plan your day.
Breezy today.
You expect more in the mornings. Good Morning Northwest delivers.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swaff and Associates, it got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Coeur d'Alene Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. At the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
Did you know that Spokane Hyperbaric Center uses oxygen to reduce pain, inflammation, and swelling?
I didn't know that.
Did you know that hyperbaric oxygen therapy promotes new blood vessel growth, fights infection, and releases more stem cells from your bone marrow?
I didn't know that.
Would you like to know if Spokane Hyperbaric Center is the right choice for you? Go to hyperbarichope.com to find out.
Spokane Hyperbaric Center gave us hope. And now you know.
Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Welcome back. It's 6:40. The Washington Attorney General announced a multi-state lawsuit against the Trump administration over funding for wind energy development. According to Washington Attorney General Nick Brown, the president froze funding for both onshore and offshore energy projects. AG Brown says President Trump's directive harms the state's ability to produce renewable energy, threatens the local economies, and damages greenhouse gas emissions goals. Brown writing, "We can't unleash American energy by kneecapping some of the fastest growing, most innovative, and cleanest resources in the country."
A Spokane man tackled by Border Patrol on his front lawn last week will make his first appearance in federal court today.
Hey, get out of my house! Get back out of my house!
This is Ring doorbell footage of agents arresting Martin Diaz. He's accused of assaulting a federal officer. Diaz's wife is devastated by his arrest, telling us that he's been in the U.S. since he was a toddler. Diaz pleaded guilty to criminal mischief back in 2017 and has an assault charge from the early 2000s, but that's all we could find on him. If convicted, he could be deported. Diaz will appear in court today at 1:30.
10-second takeaways in your forecast. 70s today and tomorrow. Should be some beautiful weather out there. We will, however, look at a couple of showers coming in for Wednesday night. We'll show you that timeline coming up.
It is almost time to celebrate the moms in our lives, and this year, 4 News Now and VECU can give you a hand.
Yeah, you could win a $100 gift card for your mom just by sharing her picture with us. This is Tammy Wallen. The message says, "This mama/grandma deserves all the love. I love you, Mom, and all you do and have done for me." Aww. Happy Mother's Day. You can go to KXLY.com/momsday and enter our Mother's Day giveaway. 3 lucky moms will win a $100 gift card to Elle's Tastes and Teas in Spokane Valley. We'll share more photos right up until Mother's Day.
All those awesome mamas.
Yeah, I love seeing it. It is now 6:42.
Only one more day until you need your real ID to fly. We have Allison Martinez live at the Spokane Airport with what you need to know before that deadline.
I'm breaking down what you need to know if you don't have a real ID and what the process looks like for getting it coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Blue Compass RV All-American Summer Road Trip is on, with new RVs starting at just $97 a month. Plus, they all come with a 1-year VIP membership to RV Complete. Big country, big adventure, big savings, only at Blue Compass RV.
It's Missisquoi Casino Hotel's 31st anniversary. We're celebrating by giving you the chance to win over $62,000 in cash and prizes, including adventures on a pontoon, on a flight to your favorite getaway, or your choice of a new car or cash. Play your favorite games now to earn entries at Missisquoi Casino Hotel. 31 years of jackpots, food, and fun. Learn more at Missisquoi.com.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community, doing the work, listening to you, asking questions to help keep your family safe. We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there on 4 News Now.
Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and cool. Your comfort is Andy's priority. Stay cool this summer with a new air conditioning system from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andy's offers a wide range of top quality air conditioning systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can stay comfortable with Andy's hassle-free installation service. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
Welcome to the Kitchen Engine, Spokane's favorite kitchen store. It's a family-owned business spanning 3 generations. The Kitchen Engine. We're having a store-wide Mother's Day sale. Come in and find a perfect gift for Mom. And while you're here, grab a treat for yourself. Take a cooking class together in our state-of-the-art culinary classroom. Browse our selection of gifts and cooking essentials to make Mom's time in the kitchen more enjoyable. The Mother's Day sale at the Kitchen Engine in the historic Flour Mill.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community rich in tradition and pride, and Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
The Blue Compass RV All-American Summer Road Trip is on, with new RVs starting at just $97 a month, plus in-store only specials at our 100-plus locations coast to coast. Big country, big adventure, big savings, only at Blue Compass RV.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns in June. Go to mfbigfoot.com.
Good morning. It is now 6:45. We have been talking about the Real ID deadline for years, and it's finally here.
Tomorrow, every air traveler over the age of 18 will need to have a compliant identification to pass through U.S. airport security checkpoints. Allison Martinez is live this morning at the airport with what you need to know if you don't have one yet and you're planning to fly. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. Traveling here at the Spokane Airport is going to be a lot more difficult if you do not have a Real ID. We've been talking to some people, some travelers here today, and we've had mixed reactions. Some people already took care of it a long time ago, and some people are still working on it. One thing is clear, everyone agrees that they just do not want to deal with the hassle of making your way through the airport if you don't have it. But here's the good news. You might already have a Real ID and just not even notice. Now, if you are a Washington resident, your Washington driver's license or identification card, if you want to check if that is Real ID compliant, look for the words enhanced driver license or enhanced identification card across the upper right of the card. It will also have a flag icon near your photo. Now in Idaho, a Real ID is called a STAR card. To check if your driver's license or identification card is Real ID compliant, you'll look for a star in the upper right hand corner. Now, if your next travel plans aren't for a couple of weeks or months, you do have some time before you'll need that Real ID. If you still haven't gotten one yet, you'll need to schedule an in-person appointment. You'll need to provide multiple documents like a birth certificate, social security card, and 2 proofs of residency. This could be a mortgage statement or a current utility bill. Now, we have the entire process for getting your Real ID outlined on our website, kxly.com, with a step-by-step tutorial to make sure you get that secured and avoid all the headaches and all the hassle. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez for News Now.
Yeah, it sounds like a headache if you don't have it, for sure.
It does, and it's going to be a headache if you're trying to get one today. Austin,
our director.
Our director might be in line today.
Say hi to him if you see him.
Buddy. You'll survive, hopefully.
Hopefully, because he's flying out tomorrow. Let's see how that goes. Can't wait to hear.
Oh, yeah.
We love you.
Oh, boy. All right, let's get to the forecast.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Thanks, Austin.
A lot of conditions right now. 42 right now in Spokane, 37 in Coeur d'Alene. Beautiful skies, clear blue, wonderful here. Saw a little bit of haze this morning. We did see some controlled burns around the inland northwest yesterday. Should expect a little bit more of that today. Temperatures right now, 40 in Deer Park, 42 at Spokane International, 40 in Liberty Lake and in Coeur d'Alene. A little warm in Post Falls, 44. Genie's down to 33. So one rare cool spot here, and otherwise it's been a much warmer morning than what we started off with when it was a chilly start to Monday. Here are your highs for the afternoon. Expecting some mid-70s in many of the neighborhoods in Spokane. We'll see some mid-70s in the valley as well. Low 70s, Liberty Lake, Post Falls, Coeur d'Alene as we head down I-90. 70s for Deer Park and Cheney. Upper 60s for Spirit Lake. 70s for Meade and Hayden. We have one little blip in our forecast, but otherwise will be a very sunny work week. That is this weather system that's going to be moving in as we head into Wednesday. So let's show you how that plays out. Most of the day will be dry, and so we're not really, for the daytime hours, putting up much of any chance for rain. This is about 6:30, though. In the evening, we're seeing some showers across the Cascades. By the time we get to 11 o'clock midnight, that wet weather has moved into the inland northwest. And so for just a few hours through the overnight, we'll have a chance to pick up a little bit of rain. Not expecting a lot out of this one. By the time we get to Thursday morning, everything has wrapped up. We will warm up heading into your Mother's Day weekend. 80 degrees Saturday. We start to cool down a little bit Sunday with a chance of some showers very late in the day on Mother's Day. By the time we get to Monday, we start off a wetter weather pattern. Now, we do need some spring rain around here. And as we head into next week, it does look like we are going to get that opportunity. So good to see here.
Love to see that. As much as we love the sunshine, we need the rain.
We're going to have plenty of sunshine over the next few months. We just got to have that rain sprinkled in every few days.
Sure do. All right. Thanks, Matt. Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49.
Good Morning Sprint coming up next. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your, what is today?
Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click-It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of May, get to any Click-It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out the used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click-It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
Your garage door is more than just an entry point. It's also an escape route. Precision Garage Door Service. Fast, reliable, and friendly.
What does it mean to be here for good? It means being here for the artists who dream, the audiences who feel, and anyone who revels in creative expression. For the shop owner who flips a sign at dawn and remembers your order by heart. For singing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" on a hot summer night. For the moment you realize your youngest son can fly. Here for the educators and mentors who create everyday aha moments. It's being here for community pride, 8 seconds of fury, and flavor obsessions. Here for when everything seems lost, rallying the community and building again. It means being here for the long haul in Cooley Dam, Sandpoint, and Pendleton. Here for your friends, for your family, for your neighbors. Here for you. STCU. Here for good.
New York City's hottest hits are landing right here in Spokane. Join STCU Best of Broadway, live at First Interstate Center for the Arts. It's lights up on a thrilling new season. Moulin Rouge, the musical, The Notebook, Back to the Future, Some Like It Hot, and the epic return of Disney's The Lion King. You just have to be there. Get your season tickets and get swept away at shows.broadwayspokane.com.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Your time right now is 6:53, and it's time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday in the morning sprint.
A sunny day with a bit of breeze. Meteorologist Matt Gray has your forecast.
We are 1 day away from the Real ID deadline, and Allison Martinez is live this morning at the Spokane International Airport with what you need to know if you don't have one yet.
But first, let's get to Hannah Joy with breaking news out of Seattle, where police arrested more than 24 people during a protest at the University of Washington.
Robin, this all started Monday evening when members of a student group called Super UW, that Students United for Palestinian Equality and Return, entered the university's engineering building just before closing time. They say the action was a protest against the university's ties to Boeing. The group also claims Boeing is linked to the war in Gaza and shouldn't be involved on campus. Super UW says their demands are clear. They want the university to remove Boeing from the building completely, cut all financial and academic ties to the company, return any donations, and ban the company from teaching or influencing any classes. When the protests happened, police responded quickly and arrested everyone inside the building. The university says it supports peaceful protests, but taking over a building crosses a line.
It is another gorgeous start to our day, and I tell you what, things looking just even a little bit warmer this afternoon. So we're going to continue to see a light northeast wind. That'll help kind of take some of the edge off here of temperatures, so something to keep in mind if you're out and about this afternoon. By 3 o'clock, we're up around 70 degrees. I expect low to mid-70s around the inland northwest for the back end of your afternoon and your early evening.
Now is the time to prep for wildfire season, especially following a dry April. Fire officials are predicting a harsh wildfire season. While this may seem frightening, there are vital steps that you can take as a homeowner now to prevent your home from going up in flames, starting with taking care of the space around it. Spokane County fire officials also recommend having an evacuation plan and making sure that you're set up on the county's emergency notification system, Alert Spokane.
Another thing experts recommend you have ready is an emergency go bag. Experts say it should have about 3 gallons of water at least, a 3-day supply of non-perishable foods, and have a first aid kit, a change of clothes, and copies of important documents like birth certificates and passports. For more tips to make sure you and your family are prepared for fire season, check out KXLY.com/firewatch.
A motorcyclist died in Blanchard, Idaho when he crashed into a van driven by a 100-year-old woman. It happened in the early afternoon hours yesterday on State Highway 41 near Clagstone Road. Idaho police say that the woman driving the minivan was turning left onto Clagstone when the 59-year-old motorcyclist crashed into its passenger side at a high speed. He was not wearing a helmet and died at the scene. The woman was hospitalized, and right now we don't know her condition.
We have travel alert for you. Maple Street Bridge will have lane restrictions today for bridge work. From 9 this morning to 3 this afternoon, crews will clean the bridge joints, so be ready for a slowdown if that is part of your drive today.
If you're planning on traveling anytime soon, you'll definitely want to make sure you have a Real ID. Now, Real ID will be officially enforced starting tomorrow. So if you don't have it and you're planning on traveling, you'll have to deal with longer lines, a longer identification process, and you just might not be allowed through security. Now, there are some options. You can travel with a passport or passport card. And you can find more of that information on our website at KXLY.com, including a step-by-step process on how exactly you can secure your Real ID today.
Hey, get out of my house! Get back out of my house!
This is ring video footage of Border Patrol agents arresting Martin Diaz in Spokane. He's accused of assaulting a federal officer and will make his first appearance in federal court today. Diaz's wife is devastated by his arrest, telling us he's been in the U.S. since he was a toddler. Diaz pleaded guilty to criminal mischief in 2017 and has an assault charge from the early 2000s, but that's all we can find on him. If convicted, he could be deported. Diaz will appear in court today at 1:30.
The Washington Attorney General announced a multi-state lawsuit against the Trump administration over funding for wind energy development. According to Washington Attorney General Nick Brown, the president froze funding for both onshore and offshore energy projects. AG Brown says President Trump's directive harms the state's ability to produce renewable energy, threatens local economies, and damages greenhouse gas emissions goals.
The White House has announced new steps to target federal funding at Harvard. The Trump administration says it's cutting off all new federal research grants. The decision will not impact federal Pell Grants or student loan funding right now. For updates on whether President Trump will revoke the university's tax-exempt status, tune in to Good Morning America.
And we will be back with a final check of weather right after this as we send you to a break. Look at that sky.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
2 minutes for checking to Berkeley County. Get your exclusive Spokane Chiefs debit card from Numerica today.
My name is Michael McDonnell. I am a stomach doctor or a gastroenterologist. I'm also a hepatologist, so I do the liver and then the gut and the pancreas. The colonoscopy is something that we do on a daily basis. We think it's very simple, it's very straightforward, and once you're done, you're going to say, oh, that was no big deal. We find early colon cancer. It's curable. It's easily curable, and I mean really curable.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Blue skies and another beautiful day getting set here on this Tuesday in the inland Northwest. Tell you what, going to be real nice this afternoon. Middle 70s, low 70s, a little afternoon breeze to help take the edge off the sunshine. Wednesday, Thursday, looking pretty similar. We'll have a couple of showers Wednesday night, and that'll drop the temperatures for Thursday. And then a warm start to Mother's Day weekend, back to the 80s. And we'll start to see a more substantial pattern change heading into the end of the weekend and early next week.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day with us here on Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we've loved having you along. We hope you can stick around throughout Good Morning America. We'll have live local updates. GMA starts now.